How everybody doing today? Praise the Lord. Everybody good? Happy Mother's Day, everyone. All you mothers that are out there and grandmothers and great grandmothers and great great grandmothers. I think we still got a couple of great great grandmamas out here. Happy Mother's Day. We're really blessed if we got some great 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 grandmamas on the earth. But happy Mother's Day to all mothers um, that are truly being mothers. It takes all women that have children ain't mothers. So I say happy Mother's Day to those that are truly mothers. Okay. Now, this video, I'm not happy about some things. I'm really not. I saw this video earlier today where I think her name is Ivana, the one that bounced off of Oprah, her little talk show, and where she's helping people. And there was a young lady that was talking about how she her boyfriend, her new man now, is upset with her because it caused her children's dad for certain things, and it's not just for the children. She called her children's dad for other things, for personal needs and desires. Not sex, but other things. Um, and they were getting on her about doing that and telling her she was wrong. Let me tell y'all something. I am so teed off on how people have normalized wickedness. Have normalized wickedness and act like they do not know the difference. Okay? Children dads is supposed to be in a home anyway. God never designed us to be like dad over there and mom and kids over here. And he's somewhere else making a whole nother life. And mom and kids over here, either trying to make it on their own or dad just send the money and every now and then see the kids. That's not the way it was supposed to be. And y'all have normalized wickedness so much to the point that y'all don't forget how it was truly supposed to be. I watch a lot of videos. I hear people talking, and I be just sitting just boiling. Because people have normalized so much sin and wickedness. But then when certain things happen in the earth, you don't know why. Why God let this or why God do that. And it don't be God. It be people. Foolish people using the freedom of choice and using that choice to do wickedness. And he warned us that if you choose to do wickedness, that it will lead to death. And as Adam and Eve, he told them they would surely die. He thought like closed eyes, feet up, dead. No, he meant spiritually. So when he say when sin has had its way, it will lead to death. It don't actually mean eyes closed, feet up. It could literally mean some part of your life dies out. Are you understanding what I'm saying? And it could be lights out, feet up. It could be. But it could also be a part of your life, something that you were supposed to live or something you're supposed to experience or something you're supposed to do. It dies out because you chose to do the wrong thing. We have all these children running around here killing themselves, killing others killing them. When children are supposed to live past their mom and dad, the children are supposed to bury their mom and dad. But we got mom and dad burying the children more so today than the children burying mom and dad. Y'all normalize this stuff. This is not normal. It's not the way it's supposed to be. But you normalize it as if it is. Now I want to speak on what Yvonne or whatever her name is, the one that bounced off Oprah. Ivana, I think her name is Ivana. Y'all know who I'm talking about. But I want to say something about that particular show where she was telling the mother that she's wrong for doing that. And then there was another guy there also talking with Ivana, and they were all getting on this woman. Well, let me tell you something. No, that woman is not wrong. She's not wrong. What's wrong is that mothers and dads is following this worldly system concerning your children. You're following a worldly system concerning your children. And that is why so much hell going on with the children. That is why so much turmoil going on with the children. Because you're following what the world say do, and you're not following what God say do. God Jehovah. I want to clarify myself. God Jehovah, oh Lord Yeshua. Because people call Satan God too. And that's what the world is controlled by. Satan. And y'all raising these children in the way that the world say to raise them and doing the things that the world is telling you to do instead of you doing what the Father said to do. Mothers is supposed to be at home raising them children. Dads is supposed to go out there and toil the soil and make the money. In other words, go out there and provide, make a living for the mama and the kids. That man ain't got no business laying down with a woman if it's not his wife anyway. But y'all don't want to hear it because that ain't what you want to hear. A man ain't supposed to have children before he get married. Neither is a woman. But that ain't what y'all want to hear because y'all want to do it y'all way. I've been there, done that. I understand. And that's why I can sit here boldly to say you are doing some foolish things that is transforming your lives and transforming your children's lives out of the destiny that God has called, that God had put on your life from the beginning and put on your children's lives. Yeah, Jesus. You are causing yourself, each other, and your children's destiny to be altered because of the way you're choosing to do things. But y'all don't think about that because that ain't what you want to do. See, sometimes with life, you have to do what you're supposed to do. People want to say serving the Lord is a way of life. No, it ain't a way of life. It is the way of life. But y'all want to live by what the world say and not by what Father say. See, now that woman, mama, is supposed to always stay in contact with dad. Dad is supposed to provide for the mama and the children, not just for the children. And if that woman happened to get another man in her life until they get married, that dad, the one that caused that woman to become a mom and walked away, he is still to provide for her and those children. In every area besides sex. Now, the man that she's dealing with, he can bring stuff to the table. What he brings to the table, that's extra. That's causing her and them children to live a better life. But the dad is supposed to still provide for her and the mother. Why? Because if that man that she is dating decides to want to up and leave, those children shouldn't have it shouldn't be no kind of rockiness whatsoever. There shouldn't be no suffering whatsoever. If that man decided to leave, those kids, everything that was being provided for those kids is still supposed to be provided. Everything, when dad come to get them, he's still supposed to be able to do that when mama got another man in her life. The dad is still supposed to see them as often as he chooses to, or as often as they had come up with an agreement with. That man is supposed to provide for that house, to make sure the payments are made, the bills are paid, food is in the house, and the children have everything that they need, and the woman have everything that she needs. Unless they discuss it and agree upon something else. Because if that other man leave, it's going to cause a shift. It's going to cause a shift. And the children should not have to see such things because they didn't choose to be here. Y'all chose to bring them here. And a lot of people say, well, that don't make sense. Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. Do y'all not understand that before 1920, let me read y'all something. Before 1920, there was no such thing as boyfriend, girlfriend. Man and woman, that's my man, that's my woman, that's my boyfriend, that's my girlfriend, that's my lover. No, before 1920, it was no such thing. It was husband and wife. Do y'all understand that? So what do that mean? Now I want to read y'all. It say the shift began as couples started choosing their own partners based on romance rather than uh, family arranged arrangements. That was in 1890s to the 1900s. Then from the 1900s to 1920s, the concept of dating became popular in the roaring 20s, moving away from chaperoned home visits to public private dates. 1950s to 1960s, going steady became a popular phrase for having a single boyfriend or girlfriend, which became a widespread social norm. 1980s to 1990s, the usage of boyfriend and girlfriend fully cemented itself in popular culture, overtaking older, more formal courtship terms. Before the 20th century, courtship was a public, formal process intended specifically to find a husband or wife, often under the supervision of families. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? It started in the 1920s. This is 2026. So you're talking roughly 100 years. It went from 106 years. So it went from husband and wife to boyfriend, girlfriend, lovers, man, woman, and it went from husband to wife to that in 100 years. And now it's at the point where it's not even boyfriend, girlfriend. It's not even lovers. It's not even man and wife. It's friends with benefits. A one night stand. Jesus. He looked good and I just wanted to try it. Oh, she looked good, man. I had to taste it. Kids, they're being left alone. They're being raised by TV. They're being raised by music that is telling them the wrong thing to do. They're being raised by games that's showing them the wrong thing to do. They're being raised by one another. They're being raised by self. They're not being taught nothing about life. Most of them, when they come out of school, don't know how to read, don't know how to write, don't know how to spell. None of them know how to tell time because they don't even teach the analog no more. They just teach the numbers on the clock because it's all ran by computers. Now, if they take computers out, guess what they're going to do? They're going to be lost. What time is it? Nobody knew what time it is because no one taught them how to tell the time. They don't know how to do math. Take the calculator away. What's 2 plus 2? Why? Because they're not being taught. They're not even teaching in school now to write in cursive. You're not writing it because you just print. And some of them can barely print. But these are the things that you guys are focusing on. Y'all not understanding, nor are you paying attention. Because if you were, you would see this. You would see this. Now, if that man decided to leave that woman and them kids, now the kids is going through something. The woman got to figure out what she going to do. Now she's stressed out. She depressed. She don't know what to do. Now she got to go this. She got to do that. And now she going all just frazzle brain. The kids sitting around trying to figure out what the hell is going on. And trying not to be a disturbance to the mom because mom just spazzing out. But if dad stayed in their life and did what they supposed to do, that woman wouldn't miss a beat. And those children would be taught everything that they need to be taught. Because that woman is staying at peace. Her mind is on raising them children. Yes, her mind is on herself a little bit. But if that kid, dad is doing what he's supposed to do, she's not gonna miss a beat. She's gonna have the meals on the table 3 times a day. She gonna have that house clean. She gonna have them children sitting at that table doing they math work, or sitting around the house doing their homework, not just math, but their homework. She gonna teach them the things about life. She gonna teach them respect. She gonna teach them standards. She gonna teach them understanding. She gonna give them a little wisdom. She gonna give them some knowledge. She gonna give them everything that they need to get. She gonna teach them about values. And most importantly, she gonna teach them about the Lord. Are you following Are you following what I'm saying? There's so many things in this world that have changed. And y'all think it's being changed for the best. Sit down and take a look back. And then come up to today and tell me if it's better. Y'all think it's better to have computers? People are excited about having these computers working and doing stuff. What you're missing is, let's again, just look at the store. The self-checkout lane. Every time I go in the store and I see a self-checkout lane, you know what I see? I see a man that should have a job, and he don't, because of the simple fact they got a computer doing his job. And people loving it. Loving it. It's a man somewhere that can't make a full provision for his family and being called lazy, useless, because that self-checkout lane is taking his job. See, this is the way the government do. They start out little, with just little things, and then they get big. Elon Musk making them robots. Don't you know there's some robots already in the earth? There's some, not just robots, but androids already walking amongst us. Already walking amongst us. Working good paying jobs. A job that a man should have and he doesn't. Why? Because we sit and we look and we think it's okay. We think it's okay, but it's not. And it never dawns on you until it's too late. Then you can say, but how did that happen? No, that ain't right. But it's too late. Not only did you let it happen, but you helped it happen. Every time somebody use one of them self-checkout lanes, don't you know that they monitoring this stuff? And every time you use a self-checkout lane, they saying, okay, so they like that idea. They like that concept. I done went in the store and it's all self-checkout lanes. And I think they had 2 people in there that was watching the checkout lanes. And they had like 12 checkout lanes. And all of them was self-checkout. Not a person on working Kroger's. Not a person was on now checkout lane. It was all self-checkout. That means there was 12 people that's supposed to be working them jobs, ain't working them jobs. They even have the computer stocking the shelves now. Are you understanding what I'm saying? But y'all allow it to happen. But the biggest thing that you all have allowed to happen and still sit and think that it's okay, it's the relationship between a man and a woman and their children. A man ain't got no business having no children. The Bible tells us, and when you look at history, a man didn't leave home until he was married. When he got married, that's when he left home. And if by some reason he did leave home before he got married, it was because it had something to do with them having to go to war or something like that. Something that was needed. And once their job was fulfilled, then they went and got a wife and began to live their life. But for the majority, the biggest part, a man didn't even leave home until he was married. A man didn't have sex with a woman until they were married, except for those that was raping people. See, and if they did, they went to what they call a worldly woman. Now people call prostitutes or whores. They didn't go and have children with women if they wasn't married, unless they were concubines. And then if they were concubines, they still lived in the house with them. So the man was still doing what? Taking care of his family. He was providing for the children and the concubines and his wife. All the children, all his concubines and his wife.